Chemical contamination concerns in Grand Rapids. Officials have now evacuated.
Dr. Mark Hall with the Kent County Health Department says high levels of PFAS in blood tests are not a surprise.
A year-long assessment of northern Kent County residents with PFAS in their water will begin this month.
Hi, I'm Carla Black.
And I'm Pat Draper.
And we're the preparedness program at the Kent County Health Department. As reviewers, you're probably wondering why we're doing this video. Well, we wanted to be creative and do something that hadn't been done before. Also, we've been really busy. While you'll see some of the things that we've done in the narrative section of this application, this video will give you a broader understanding of what has happened in Kent County and the Emergency Preparedness Program over the last 5 years. Kent County is located in West Michigan and includes the city of Grand Rapids. According to the 2010 census, Kent County's population was approximately 602,000. It is now estimated at over 650,000, a growth that exceeds the entire population of about half of our Michigan counties. As our funding relies on our census population numbers, we are looking forward to the completion of the 2020 census.
The Kent County Health Department serves the entire county, including Grand Rapids. Our department is divided into 4 divisions: administration, community wellness, community clinical services, and environmental health. Emergency preparedness is housed in the administration division, as administration is the home of programs that serve the entire department.
The preparedness program is critically important to us here at KCHD because it really is the foundation of so much that we do. We have seen over the course of just the past 3 or 4 years a huge variety of things that we couldn't really have predicted in advance. Some things you can assume are going to happen once in a while, like floods. Other things like having thousands of your citizens depending on an aquifer that's challenged by historical groundwater contamination, such as PFAS, is something that we never saw coming.
As Adam alluded to, we had a lot of unexpected events in the last 5 years, starting with the Ebola outbreak in West Africa in 2014. As preparedness professionals, we were all impacted in some way by this event. In Kent County, much of our role was education, coordination, and surveillance activities.
Apparently I did well enough in explaining Ebola on television that I got a handwritten note from prison telling me just how well I did.
While most of our FEP work plan provided by the state is focused on communicable disease response, and the majority of our time has been spent focused on environmental health issues. While we have had a few floods, tornadoes, and a major ice storm, we have responded to things we couldn't have anticipated.
In the last PPHR cycle, early on it was recognized that we needed to have a robust environmental health emergency response plan. And Carla really took the initiative on that, and she and I worked together to get a plan. It was really one of the best things that's happened for environmental health in a long time, in the sense that we use it regularly.
In 2016, KCHD vacated a multi-use property in southeast Grand Rapids due to a vapor intrusion of tetrachloroethylene, otherwise known as PERC. PERC can have a variety of long-term health effects, so apartment residents and 2 nonprofits were displaced for approximately 2 months while mitigation activities occurred. Over these 2 months, KCHD was busy trying to navigate the housing, public information, and legal issues that this response brought with it.
It turned out that this several-month event was just practice in dealing with long-term environmental health issues. In 2017, high levels of per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, or PFAS, were discovered in northern Kent County residential well water and homes surrounding old dump sites for a local tannery. While we could go on this topic for hours, KCHD was responsible for getting information out to the community and making sure their questions were answered through multiple town hall events and an electronic newsletter.
We also partnered with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services on an exposure assessment. Our program was critical to the success of this study as we modified our pod plans to make clinics as efficient as possible. Instead of giving out medication, we were taking information and blood, basically a pod in reverse. From December of 2018 to May of 2019, KCHD held more than 10 weekend clinics for this study and some smaller weekday clinics. This is still an ongoing incident and will be for years to come.
In 2019, we experienced an unprecedented ice storm right after a polar vortex in which over 30% of Kent County was without power for several days.
Significant stressor on the system, and I know it's an extreme stressor on our citizens.
KCHD worked in the EOC to help prioritize power restoration to places that house people with access and functional needs.
The skill set that you guys bring and that network, and then being able to reach out to all of those communities is huge.
We also worked on a plan to house animals at the animal shelter if their owners presented to a shelter. Even though our partnerships and planning have been in good shape, we learned we have some areas for improvement.
Even with all the real events, somehow we've managed to fit in some exercises as well. Northern Exposure 2015 was a National Guard exercise in which a 10-kiloton nuclear device was detonated in a neighborhood in Grand Rapids. While this was a National Guard exercise, KCHD did 5 exercises over 5 days, including a COOP tabletop, regional communications functional, participation in the EOC, environmental health tabletop, and a tabletop for our mental health and human services partners.
All supervisors, exercise is resuming now. Start exercise.
In 2016, we conducted a full-scale pod exercise at our newest KCHD satellite facility, South Clinic. We invited our partners with disabilities to act as clients and test the accessibility of our facility, flow, and service.
We've also had some fun along the way.
We worked with our disability advocacy partners to create the Kent County Inclusive Preparedness Program curriculum designed to be accessible for people with cognitive, sensory, and mobility disabilities. People learn about basic emergency preparedness, hands-only CPR, weather awareness, first aid, fire safety, and sheltering. Not only do our students learn, but our instructors learn disability etiquette and barriers to preparedness for people with disabilities.
And going through these classes has increased my confidence, and I keep being aware that yes, I need to really do this and hone this and be ready for this. Because it's empowering, because if I know I'm helping you, I'm helping myself, but if I can turn around and help you, if that happens, then that's just, you know, the frosting on the cake.
Our efforts for the inclusive preparedness training were recognized by NACCHO with a National Health Security Strategy Award and a model practice. Thanks, NACCHO. Since 2016, we have observed Preparedness Month in September and focused our efforts on engaging KCHD staff in personal preparedness planning through special events, fun activities, and incentives for completing them, including the coveted Certificate of Awesome and giant microbes. We hope you've enjoyed this brief video highlighting just a few of our accomplishments over the last 5 years.
We felt it was a great way to bring our program to life, and we had a lot of fun making it.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate the time and effort it takes to review all the applications you receive, and we look forward to your feedback.